Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Dragonheir video. Today we're kind of just gonna talk about the state of the game, talk about the events, some of the patches that have happened recently. Just kind of talk about some of the stuff. Kind of been unimpressed with everything after the first 15 days. So let me pull up my spreadsheet real quick and we'll just kind of talk about it. So the first 15 days, you basically are slowly unlocking content. You get new dungeons every couple days. You unlock stuff like artifacts, and you have quests all the way until you get to about 15. And then you don't have any quests anymore. And there's really just kind of doing your dungeons and doing your daily stuff. There's very small events that happen. And then it was like a full week until we unlocked Dragon level 3. And I thought it was going to unlock chapter 21, but there is no chapter 21. So we're basically out of quests. There's no more quests. Every day when you log in, you get 2 commissions after reset, and you do those 2 commissions. You use a little bit of stamina, and you lose it at the end of the season. And that's pretty much it. So I don't know. It's kind of there's kind of nothing to do. It's weird because they hold back your progression so much in the beginning of the game. So you're like slowly just doing these quests every day. You have like an hour, maybe 2 hours of questing and stuff to do every day. And then all of a sudden it just drops off. You know, usually in seasons, you basically start the season and then everyone races the max level and beats the dungeons, etc. And that's kind of the fun of it. But here, since they were slow rolling out the new content, I assumed they were going to have quests like the entire season, like the entire 3-4 month season, because there was such a small amount of story every day that I just assumed that there was going to continue to be it every single day. So now it's just like, okay, what do? We got a couple events in game, so let's go to the event tab. You got these like training events. You got an arena event that just started. We just finished that Fortune Seeker event, and then that's it. That's it. You got upcoming summoning events. If you guys have been watching the channel, we've had some issue with the summoning events. They said we were going to get a legendary, and then we didn't get a legendary, and a bunch of people were spending money to get that legendary. So they did offer up some response in Discord saying you can message us and we'll help you with refunds. I have heard some people say that they never got a response from the staff, but not quite sure what's going on there. But I had really high hopes for this game. I was really having a blast with this game. I still am having fun. I get to have fun because I'm on the test server, so I get to, you know, have access to a bunch of all the heroes, and I get to do all that stuff. But just, man, there's not a lot to do every day. There's really not a lot to do every day. And then let's pull up the update stuff and let's talk about some of the updates that they've been doing. So if you go into Discord and you go into game update channel, they actually they post the patch notes after the patch. So a lot of people are freaking out in Discord. Hey, why'd my unit get nerfed? Or what's happening here? How come this doesn't work anymore? And then they'll post the patch notes. What is that? Like 4 hours later? 4 hours later? Something like that. But sometimes it's like days later. But people are kind of annoyed because they're nerfing like epics, right? And rares and stuff. So Pargu apparently was an epic who's doing a crazy amount of damage. Now, it was a bug and he wasn't intended to do that much damage, but when they nerfed it, a bunch of people were kind of mad because they spent resources on that hero and then there's no way to get your resources back. And now you have to wait till the end of the season. So that's kind of annoying. And then they also just possibly nerfed another one today, and we don't have the information yet. So, and they also did some stuff with the temporal vortex. So it says right in game that temporal vortex, you're able to choose your difficulty. So if I go to temporal vortex, let's talk about it. Lowered the required damage dealt, lowered all this, but it says you're supposed to be able to change it, right? So if you go here, you go down here, if the challenge damage is recorded, you can collect corresponding rewards. The rewards are divided into tiers based on the damage dealt. The higher the tier, the better the damage. You can choose to challenge at higher difficulty levels. The higher the difficulty, the better the rewards. But you cannot change. You cannot change the difficulty. It automatically changes for you. So I was busy testing a bunch of heroes at the lower level, and then I wanted to compare them to other heroes, and now the level changed, and I can't go back to the other level, so I cannot compare the damage, and you know, I wasted probably 30 hours of testing heroes. I have this thing on my spreadsheet where I've just been testing the damage of heroes. I've been going through and I've been building a bunch of teams and testing out their damage on this boss here. But now that the damage changed, now all my numbers are thrown off. So I have to redo all the tests or find some other way to test or do something different because we cannot select the difficulty. But if you're curious, you know, I was testing like some free-to-play poison teams. I was testing the pay-to-win poison team. The rally team, lightning team, the wild team. So I've been testing a lot of teams in here just to see kind of what's the highest damage in all of these meta teams here. But yeah, are we gonna get any new content? Are we gonna get anything to do? There's no campaign. There's no story. There's no, like, you know, campaign or story quests, or I'm sorry, not even quests. Like, you know, in every idle game, how you have like a story and you have like an endless tower and you have like, you know, faction wars and you have all this stuff. But you just don't have that in this game. I mean, you have faction wars, but they limit it to freaking 5 levels a week. Like, what? 5 a week? Most games give 10 every other day. So it's just weird because they don't allow you to progress in the game at all. They just don't let you progress in the game. And there's just nothing to do. So everyone just stands here and does nothing. Like, there's literally nothing to do in the game. I've beaten everything. So if we go here, I mean, Feywild, I can do those, no problem. We get 3 of those every day, and that's kind of the only content we get. But you have these weekly challenges, and they say they give legendary scrolls, but they'll give you a blue scroll, you know, every time. You get these outer chaos rifts where half the time you click it, and it says there isn't one that exists. But here we do have one, so that's cool. What else we got going on in here? The faction wars thing. I've beaten all 10 of these for every single faction wars, but there's no more of them. They just don't unlock them. Like, it just takes forever to unlock. Literally 5 a week. Most games give you 10 every other day. You don't have a lot of stamina to use in dungeons, so you can only do dungeons for maybe an hour. If it's a long dungeon, you're taking a lot of time. I finally got this ancient battlefield figured out, but man, there's like nothing to do. And even some of the free-to-play players are kind of in the same, you know, the free-to-play players that were able to clear all the content, they're kind of in the same boat as me. It's not just because, oh, you wailed, Dan, you spent a lot of money, of course you have no content. I mean, free-to-play people are in the same exact boat as me, so I don't know what they were thinking, having only 2 weeks of content in a 3 to 4 month league. It's a 3 to 4 month league. You got to have stuff for people to do. I mean, if they beat the game in 2 weeks and there's nothing left to do, everyone's just going to leave your game. So, I don't know. Just kind of weird. I've just never seen anything like this. They just, you know, they launched this game and the concept is amazing. I love the open world, you know, plus the gacha and all that stuff. Like, I love this. I'm a huge Diablo fan. And I picked this game over Diablo 4 because I thought this game was going to be massive. I thought it's going to be a really, really amazing game, and it's been really fun. It's very, you know, it's a very, they're not just copying another game. It's a totally new idea, but with the seasons and all that stuff for a gacha game, never heard of that. It just sounded so cool. But there's just nothing to do in the game. There's literally nothing to do. And it's open world. You can't even like farm in the open world. Like normally, there was one other open world gacha I played, and it was Summoner's Glory. It was the very first one I played. In there, you could at least run around and kill enemies in the open world. Here, you can only kill them one time, and then you can never kill them again for rewards. So most of the time you can like farm in the open world, like go just kill packs of enemies, like repeatedly run around, get some small rewards, do stuff like that. But you can't even really do that in this game. You just have these very small, you know, these very small things to do like this. And, you know, that's pretty much it. So you just, yeah. I just don't even know, what you're supposed to be doing in the game. I don't know what they thought you're supposed to be doing in the game. You know what I mean? Like, what do they expect us to be doing right now? I don't get it. There's nothing to do in the game. There's literally nothing to do. Yeah. So I guess that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. Just kind of wanted to talk about the state of the game. The devs aren't talking about anything. They lost 90% of their player base last weekend. You know, there's no one in Discord anymore. No one's talking about anything. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 of us now in Discord just chatting along, and that's pretty much it now. And the devs haven't talked about it. They haven't said anything. They haven't said they're adding new content. They haven't said anything. They're just kind of totally quiet. Do they have a Facebook page? I doubt they have, they have like a Facebook page or something like that. Oh yeah, they have this page that takes a really long time to load. Every time you go to it, it takes like 3.5 hours, and no one has patience for it. I mean, I have like frickin' fiber optic internet connection, and you can't even get the fucking thing to load. So I guess they don't have a website. Let's check their Facebook. Okay, here we go. One review on their Facebook. One review. And May 23rd, a frickin' month ago, was the last time they posted. Oh no, here we go. One day. They're gonna be part of the Steam thing. Dev, your game is getting boring and greedy. Please be more kind and listen to your players. It sucks already. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree, right? You don't really have anything going on. There's literally no events. I mean, there's these tiny little events. There's just no content in the game. There's just no content, right? There's nothing to do in the game. There's nothing to do. Yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Just want to talk about kind of the state of the game, my feelings right now. I've submitted a huge list of improvements that I think need to happen to the game. This is the list. You can check it out on my spreadsheet in the description if you want to take a look. But, you know, high priority stuff. There's no content. Maybe add a small chance for legendaries from Purple Dice. That'd be great. You know, guilds cross server. First pity should be sooner. General lack of resources, lack of things to do. Content is too restricted. People want to play more than an hour a day, you know, or more than 30 minutes a day. If you got a quest that we haven't unlocked the content yet, show it red so we know not to spend hours looking for it. You know, sometimes when you're in the beginning of the game, you're looking for a quest and it's not even available yet. So, lots of feedback for them. I don't know if the devs are on vacation permanently or what's happening, but they're not really talking to anyone. There's no updates. You know, before the game launched, they had so much communication. Now there's none. What's happening, guys? Is that it? Is it over? Do you guys give up? Okay, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.